Do you know, when I first went into Dragon's Den, I used to be called Swampy because I was always the one who was talking about the environmental credentials of a business. But you know what now? They've stopped calling me Swampy and they're all asking about the environmental credentials of business, so that's really good. I think when people start their businesses, they often do so because they've come across a problem themselves that they want to solve. But I think it's really important to understand the size of your market before you actually jump in, because you've experienced a problem. It doesn't mean to say there's a market full of people who've experienced the same problem. So I talk about passion a lot, and I'm deeply passionate about business, but I don't get passionate until I've actually thoroughly researched and considered the market that I'm going into. Because at the end of the day, your head really has to be convinced that this is a business proposition, and once your head's convinced, then absolutely get your heart engaged and go for it, and don't let anybody put you off. I find it really hard to sort of list a top 3 of ethical businesses, because there are so many businesses doing amazing things out there, and ethical means very different things to different people. You know, is it environmental, good for the people, good for the planet, good for everything. But I guess I kind of have a fondness for those that were brave enough to start early, and Rapa Nui, the clothing company, they were out there before anybody else was bothered about fashion. There's a great business, Natracare, and that's female sanitary products done in a fully sustainable way. I mean, that's really innovative. Businesses like the Body Shop and Lush, they've been around a long time, they've been doing it a long time. So I kind of, they get quite a lot of marks from me for being bold, being brave, and taking a first step where others could follow. I invested in actually over 20 businesses, and obviously to a greater or lesser extent, I'm in contact with them on a very regular basis. And every business has an ebb and flow, and certainly if we're doing an exit or we're doing a big deal, then my time is, there's a lot of pull on my time. But I love business, and people say to me, you're a workaholic. I am not a workaholic. I'm doing the thing I love. And if somebody said to me tomorrow, you can't do this anymore, I would be absolutely devastated. So work-life balance is really quite easy because I'm enjoying it. But it is fair to say that every now and then my husband has to say to me, you do need to spend time away from businesses. And I guess, I'm standing here in a lovely environment. I'm very lucky that I have horses. I love riding. And I rise late. I ride. If I'm in Somerset, the first thing I will do every day is ride, and that puts my head in the right place, and that gives me a really lovely work-life balance. I don't know how many horses I have. It's an ever-moving number, and Gail and my sister and I are never quite sure which ones are hers and mine, but I have 2 horses that I ride, and then I have 3 horses that just eat grass and look gorgeous, and I can see out of the bedroom window. I have a deep love of animals, but ever since I was tiny, I have absolutely loved horses. And for me, they're wonderfully grounding creatures. They don't care who I am, what I do, how busy I am doing other things. They want their feed when they want feeding. They want when you're riding, you have to be in the moment. I can't be thinking about other things. I can't be agitated. If I'm agitated, they're agitated. I think they add a huge amount to my life and the way I live it, and the energy of my life. I put a lot down to my horses, and the other animals, I guess.